All right, today we are diving into a really big idea, using artificial intelligence to actually drive humane prison reform. We're going to break down a super detailed proposal for Alabama's correctional system, and it's all about using open source tech with a major focus on rehabilitation. So the big question is, how could AI possibly transform one of the toughest prison systems in the country? Let's get into it. So the whole thing kicks off by looking back at Alabama's history, a state that's faced down enormous challenges, from the Civil War to the Civil Rights Movement. This quote from the author Rosalind Warren really sets the stage. It suggests that the state is now up against a new moral test, one that's just as massive. And that history leads us directly to the central question of this whole proposal. It argues that right now, today, Alabama is facing a modern humanitarian crisis that demands that exact same level of courage. So what is this crisis we're talking about? Well, it's the state of Alabama's prisons. It's a system that this proposal describes as being in desperate need of a fundamental change. The proposal really breaks it down into four harsh realities. First up, you've got severe overcrowding, which you can imagine just fuels the next problem: violence. This is all made worse by a massive lack of care for mental illness. And then there's this last one, a just devastating financial burden on families who are paying these ridiculously high fees just to talk to their loved ones. But look, this document isn't just about listing all the problems. The real heart of this thing, its main focus, is on a massive, comprehensive solution. So let's look at the actual proposal for reform. And here's the core idea: the AI for Humane Prison Reform Initiative. Now, the words they use here are really important. Open source, that's huge. It means using transparent technology, avoiding those super expensive locked-in corporate contracts that you hear about so often. And ethical innovation. That's basically a promise to use these powerful AI tools responsibly, with human well-being as the #1 goal. Okay, so how do they plan to do all this? Well, the entire initiative is built on what it calls 4 core pillars. Think of these as the specific, actionable steps designed to tackle that crisis we just talked about. Pillar #1 is education for all, and the goal here is pretty ambitious. Give every single incarcerated person access to college and vocational courses. And here's where the AI part is a total game changer. It's like giving everyone a personalized tutor that helps them learn at their own speed, getting them ready with real skills for life on the outside. Pillar 2, communication equity, goes right after that financial burden on families. The idea is simple but powerful. Replace the current, crazy expensive phone systems with open source alternatives. I mean, this one change could dramatically lower, or maybe even get rid of, the cost of a phone call. That would make it possible for people to keep those family connections that are just so important for rehabilitation. Now, pillar #3 is where the tech gets really fascinating. It's called AI-enabled safety. The idea is to use AI to analyze data and actually spot the warning signs of potential violence or self-harm. This would let staff step in before a tragedy happens. It also suggests using AI to flag mental health risks and even help match people with restorative justice programs, which can be so powerful for healing. And this focus on well-being isn't just for the inmates. It extends to the staff too. Which brings us to our fourth and final pillar: staff and transparency. For the correctional staff, the proposal suggests using AI analytics to spot stressors and figure out how to reduce burnout. And for the public, open dashboards. We're talking about a new level of accountability through some pretty radical transparency. So you've got these 4 pillars in place. The proposal argues that the positive effects would ripple out and be felt by pretty much everyone. The next section breaks down exactly who stands to benefit from a system like this. See, the benefits are designed to create this kind of positive upward spiral. Incarcerated individuals get education and therapy to prepare them for the future. Families get affordable communication to help heal broken ties. Staff get a safer, less stressful place to work. And victims are offered real pathways for healing. It's this holistic approach where making things better for one group helps everyone else too. And when you zoom out, the benefits for the state of Alabama itself are huge. The proposal draws a straight line from this more humane approach to really practical positive results. Lower recidivism, meaning fewer people returning to prison, a drop in all those costly lawsuits, and at the end of the day, some pretty significant savings for the taxpayers. Now, it's really important to get this. This is not just some theoretical pie-in-the-sky paper. The proposal wraps up with a direct and very specific list of things it's asking the Alabama legislature to do. It lays out a clear roadmap from idea to reality. It outlines 4 concrete requests to get the ball rolling. First, give the green light for a pilot program to test all this out in a real facility. At the same time, create an ethics task force to make sure it's all done responsibly. Third, put up the funding for the education programs. And finally, commit to total transparency with public reporting so we can all see the results for ourselves. To bring it all home, the proposal comes full circle, right back to that central theme of Alabama's identity. This final quote reframes the entire project. It's not just a tech upgrade, it's a chance for the state to lead the nation by showing its capacity for redemption and renewal. And that leaves us with the fundamental question at the very heart of this proposal. Can technology, which we so often think of as cold and impersonal, actually become a tool for more humanity? For more justice? It's a question for Alabama, for sure, but it's really a question for all of us as we figure out the future of AI in our society.